What's up everybody, Hussam is here and today I'm gonna tell you how to apply for a residence permit in Georgia. What kind of residence permit in Georgia? Or if you are wondering where am I'm in the Caucasus. This is the Caucasus Mountains in Georgia, in Kazbegist, Panisminda. It's a very beautiful city and it's a very beautiful landscapes here. You are going to know more information about residence permit. Also, you are going to see a very beautiful landscapes all over the Caucasus. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell that when I release any new videos, you get notified. See you in a second. So, as I might recall, I did an old video up there 5 months ago about getting a residence permit in Georgia. It was very easy rules and it was very easy for everyone to get a residence permit here with the old requirements. Now, since 5 July, the requirements has changed and the Georgian government changed the rule. In this video, I'm going to tell you about the new rules and the changes that happened in the law of getting residence permit, and also I'm going to tell you what the kinds of residence permit and how to apply for them from this beautiful city in Panisminda near to the Caucasus Mountain in the beautiful country of Georgia. You can watch the old video up there and stay tuned. So I have been camping all of the last 2 nights in this area, and I got a very nice company with my friend Giovanna from Italy, and thanks to her for helping me to make this video to you. So getting a residence permit in Georgia was very easy and still right now not very hard. I mean, it's in the middle now and the requirements didn't strict getting the residence permit. But you have to consider the tips I'm going to tell you in this video. Let's talk about the first thing, the first kind of residence permit. Work residence permit, which is getting a residence permit because you have a work here or you have a job here in Georgia. And to get a work residence permit, you need to have a contract, work contract, labor contract from a company. And in this contract, you should have a salary not less than 1,000 lari. It's very near to $400 per month. So if your salary in the contract 1,000 lari, you are fine. Also, there's another thing you should consider while making this contract. The company should have at least 50,000 lari, 50,000 Georgian lari in the last, as a turnover in the last 1 year. Like the outcome and the income of the company should be more than 50,000 lari in the last year. And you should to prove this with some papers from the revenue services and other government stuff and inside papers from the company itself. So when you get a work residence permit, you might get it for the first time for 6 months or 1 year, and you will be able to renew it as long as you are working and your contract is valid, it's not expired. Before, there was no requirements, there was no rules for this. You could get your work contract from the company and that's it. You might have 500 lari, 400 lari as salary, and the government didn't care about how much the company is making as a turnover, the outcome and the income. Since 5 July, they restricted this rule and they changed it. So you should make sure that the company is making at least 50,000 lari as a turnover every year. For you, if you are going to be the only foreign citizen, the only foreign worker in the company who applying for a residence permit. If there are other foreign workers in the company, the turnover should be more than that. Like if there's two, the turnover should be 100,000 lari per the last year, for the last year. If it's more than two, it should be doubled with 50,000 lari more and more. It's like that. Well, so now you know what the tips and the requirements for your work contract with this company, a Georgian company. Now you should know where to apply. You should go to the House of Justice of Georgia in Tbilisi or in Batumi or in Kutaisi. In all of the big cities, there is one House of Justice, and you should ask them for application to apply a residence permit. You should fill this application in English language or Russian or Georgian, and then you will have to pay the fee for the application. The fee is 210 lari for 30 days, or you will get the result after 30 days, or you will get the result after 20 days, and then you should pay like 310 lari, or for the faster service you should pay 410 lari, and you will get the result after 10 days. So if you need any help about this, how to fill the application and where to get it and what to do about the other papers, just comment below the video and I will help you with all of what I can. And House of Justice is a place where you can apply for any kind of residence permit, not only the work residence permit. It's also called the Public Service Hall. You should know this place very well if you are going to stay in Georgia. And now we are going to talk about the student residence permit. To get a student residence permit, you should be already studying in any of the Georgian universities or institutions. To do that, you should get acceptance from the university, and then you should get acceptance from the Ministry of Education of Georgia. With these papers, you will have to fill application in the House of Justice, the same as I told you just a couple of seconds ago about the work permit. It's the same application, but you will have to choose residence permit for students, and you will have to attach all of these papers, the acceptance letter from the university and the acceptance from the Ministry of Education, and qualifying as your high school certificate from the Ministry of Education of Georgia. And then you will attach all of this paper with a bank statement to the application in the House of Justice, and you could apply, as I told you before, for 30 days or 20 or 10, and the fees are the same. You should consider also to pay the tuition fees to the university before applying. That shows that you are serious about studying and you are already a student to the government. And that's it about student residence permit. And now with the third kind of residence permit, it's permanent residence permit. You get permanent residence permit in two cases. The first, if you are getting married to a Georgian guy or a Georgian girl, and the second, if you are staying in Georgia for more than 6 years. To get residence permit, you will have to fill the application, the same application we talked about the last time in work residence permit and in student residence permit. You will fill application and then you will attach the marriage certificate if you are getting married, or the papers that proves you're staying in Georgia for more than 6 years. And you will have to pay the fees as well. It's the same as we talked before, for 10 days or 20 days or 30 days, and it's the same fees. So this is all about permanent residence permit. So I'm back from my hiking trip, and now we still have two kinds of residence permit to talk about. The first one is getting a residence permit because you bought a property in Georgia, like if you bought a flat or any kind of property in Georgia, you have the right to get a residence permit in Georgia. But the amendments that happened in the 5th of July last month changed the rules. Before, you could own the property for more than $35,000, that value more than $35,000, and you will get the residence permit for that. But now the property should value more than $100,000. So before you buy the property, you should make sure that the property value more than $100,000 to get a residence permit for owning or buying this property. You will get the residence permit for the first time for 1 year, and then you can renew it every year as long as you still own the property. So it's connected, it's related to the ownership of the property. If you sell the property at any time, you will not be able to renew your residence permit. The last type of residence permit we are going to talk about is investment residence permit. Before the 5th of July, you could invest only 300,000 Georgian lari, then you will get a permanent residence permit. But now, after the 5th of July, there are some amendments. Now it becomes $300,000 to get a residence permit in Georgia, investment residence permit. Before, you will get a permanent residence permit, but now you will get only a 5-year residence permit. And now your investment should make a turnover every year for at least 100,000 lari to keep residence permit valid. And you should prove that to the government every year by getting a paper from revenue services. That's all for this video. I'm sure you enjoyed this informative video, and if you like it, please like this video and share it with everyone. If you have any question about residence permit in Georgia, if you need any help, comment below and I will be happy to help. See you in a new video.